a female white tiger. They're often referred to as BCR's odd couple because these two species would not naturally live together in the wild or in captivity. Cameron and Zabu were born at the roadside zoo and then raised together in hopes of them crossbreeding to create white liger cubs. Ligers are unnatural hybrids not found in the wild that often suffer from an assortment of birth defects. These animals are not an actual species and should not be bred as they serve no part of any conservation plan. White tigers would not survive in the wild due to the fact that they would not successfully be able to hide or hunt. Humankind has exploited white tigers in captivity through inbreeding, and because of this, white tigers also carry many genetic flaws. Zabu is no exception, as she has a hair lip and cleft palate. Unfortunately, since these hybrids are so popular with the public, they're constantly being inbred in order to profit from them. The fact is that different attracts people's attention, and people bring along with them money. We rescued Cam and Zabu back in 2004. When they arrived at the sanctuary, they were obviously tired and stressed from the long journey. Zabu was a very dirty white tiger, and Cameron looked like a completely different lion compared to what we see today. Cameron's former keepers told us that he'd been through a very tough time and had lost a lot of weight due to starvation. Zabu headed straight for the pool to get cleaned off, while Cameron got used to his new surroundings. Whenever the sanctuary rescues cats that are living together, we make every attempt to keep them together. Cam and Zabu were true companions, and we had to do whatever we could to make sure this happened. We don't allow any breeding at Big Cat Rescue, so we decided to give Cameron a vasectomy. When he first arrived at the sanctuary, Cameron was too thin and weak to survive the procedure, so we had to wait for him to build up his strength. While a simple neuter would have been easier, we learned that in doing so, there was a strong possibility that Cameron could lose his big, thick mane. We designed and constructed a huge enclosure for this special couple, where they were finally reunited once we were sure no breeding could take place. Today, they are very popular residents amongst animal caretakers and guests alike. Zabu is a very energetic tiger, and while Cameron tries to sleep away the day like lions do, she's oftentimes pestering him to play. And when Cam is happy being lazy, she's got no problem entertaining herself, playing with her big red boomer ball, rolling around, frolicking with enrichment, or relaxing in her pool. She's also very fond of stalking her animal caretakers, not seeming to realize she's white and can be easily seen from anywhere in her enclosure. Cameron is now the Brad Pitt of the big cat world. With lots of grooming sessions and a good diet, he's transformed into a very handsome lion. His mane is particularly impressive, stretching down to his stomach, and with many different color variations, he's always looking good. Well, most of the time. You can hear Cameron roaring almost every day at the sanctuary. Joseph, our other male lion, lives on the other side of the lake and often replies to Cameron's roars. He's also goofy like Zabu at times. Cameron loves trying to catch his own tail, playing with enrichment, and having a good old relaxing roll around on his lawn. His favorite time of year is Christmas, as this is when we plant donated Christmas trees in the animal enclosures, and he truly loves the smell of pine. But he never lets you forget that he's a wild animal. It's a privilege to be able to provide Cam and Zabu with a permanent home for the rest of their lives, where they not only entertain us with their antics, but also help educate the public about the plight of their cousins in the wild and in captivity.
Now one day I was with Julie. We were about 2 kilometers away from her den. She had 5 tiny cubs stacked away in the den, and Savannah was keeping guard over those cubs. Now lions have an auntie system. One lioness will hunt, another will look after cubs. And Savannah's doing exactly that. While Julie was away, Savannah was guarding the cubs, and one strayed from the den. She started to call to Julie. Suddenly we heard Savannah roaring, and Julie immediately turned around and at a fast pace went straight back to the den. When we arrived there, two little cubs had strayed from the den and they were right in the open, extremely vulnerable. Julie immediately picked up the one cub in her mouth and carried it back to the den. Lioness Savannah did exactly the same thing. And I got this unique shot of a lioness carrying a tiny cub in her jaws. A lioness with a tiger cub in its mouth. So she's playing the role of auntie. It's different from the tiger system. The tigress raises cubs on her own. But Julie effectively now has Savannah helping her raise 5 cubs. And although she's inexperienced, she's learning the tricks of handling cubs from Julie, and that'll stand her in good stead when she finally has a litter of cubs. Now, to me, it remains a mystery to this day. How did Savannah give the roar indicating there was a problem at the den, and how did Tigress Julie understand that roar? Tigers will roar, but it's a very dissimilar roar from a lion. Tigers do more chuffing in the short range. They communicate a lot in the short distance. Lions roar. Savannah born in darkness, confined by wire cages, is offered a chance of freedom by a tigress and her cubs. Freedom calls, freedom calls. And she doesn't speak the language, but she suckles from her mother. Young lads emerging like the flowers in the spring. Emerging lads, emerging lads.
Sí, pero yo digo que un medio sopancito, ¿no? Un medio sopán, unos 15 días nada más para evitar luego con las corridas que haya fracturas o algo así. Y medio sopán al día. ¡Moca! A ver, sáquenle a los perros. Sáquenle a los perros, a los leones. Sáquenle, ahora sí que échenle a los leones. ¡Vente, chiquitín! Ah, ya vimos que es bien buena onda. ¡Ay! A ver, ¿qué vomitaste, papi?
Como todo.
La madre.
Pues la cantidad de agua que tomo.
A ver. ¡Ey, moca! Pinche perro. ¿No ha vomitado antes? Ah, pues es del agua, ¿no?
Sí, pues ahorita tomo agua después de las carreras.
¿Qué pasó, papi? ¿Qué pasó, moca lindo? Ay, mira. Mira. Así se gana uno el cariño, dile, con amor. Con amor.